All right. Well, it's been a while. Welcome back. I guess it's been, I think I just looked 4 years since the last map review and two since like a demo review. And I'm bored, so I thought I'd kind of bring it back. So for the most part, I'm probably not going to be going over like sultry or something, mainly demos. For example, this is just for context. I forget which RGL season, but the one with G6 against Froyo. This is the grand finals, and this is Bagel, a map that was sort of new at the time, and now it's kind of a staple. And I just kind of wanted to go over playing Pocket on this map. It's been a minute, and I was pretty proud of how I played at this land. So most likely, we'll go over the maps from at least this grand final, maybe other ones, and then maybe things like the most recent fireside land. But just kind of going through it, walking through the thought process, more of a demo review, maybe throw some map review things in, but I'm just going to give a shot. Otherwise, just for context, I think this was map 3 of the Grands. It was 2-1 to Froyo, so this was the map. Well, this would win the series for Froyo. So right away, on this team at least, I'm playing Pocket, and most of the time that means you are playing in that left house. It is basically, traditionally it is the house that you're basically holding and spamming and protecting your combo from getting flanked. You're going to see a very vast and kind of drastic difference between me and Banny. Banny's going to be playing it a lot more aggressive, and on this team at least, he was definitely the engine of when they do things and how they do things. So, let's see. So yeah, right now the main thing you're going to be trying to do is just cycling the aggression of the other soldier and just watching for them to push. Most of the time, flank scout, roamer, people are going to push you here, and you need to be able to spam point and not die. Losing a soldier on this map is basically over for a lot of fights. Yeah, main thing is kind of keeping that timing. So I see the soldier now just jumped on top of that little roof on the left, and that gives me some time to kind of stagger. I see him in my head. I have a timer. He could jump, so I back up. I see both soldiers going, and it's all about the comms of where players are. So yeah, call it out for Soapy. Soapy's fine, and now we're just kind of resetting, trying to play around the point. Yeah, just constantly kind of fading and distracting on point. Once there's pressure, fade off. But we trade demo for soldier, so right away, you're going to have to make a play somewhat soon. If you just stand here, they're going to win the point because they have a demo. So a lot of times, just get a buff, try and make something happen. Some damage, get the cap off of it, and have to back up. Without a demo, we're not really going to be able to hold this point too well, but just kind of stall it out in time for Logan to get back. So with that being said, we're taking a trade. In this scenario, it's probably not as important, but other ones, when you're in a house on a soldier, a scout is going to see you and want to take the Uber in to get a kill. Our Uber is a lot better. They didn't end up popping, actually, so that's not great. But what we should be able to do is just take this fight. They don't have a demo. We're just going to have a trade fest. And we trade positively everywhere. Which timers are better for them, but still getting all those picks is going to buy a lot of time for our Uber to come up. And going down helps that. So yeah, they have Uber ad, we're going to be ticking up. Our goal is basically, they are not taking this point without capping, and we don't want our med to die. Obviously, we all don't want to die, but it's the pressuring point. Me and Bot would want to go on a flank, get through, get the soldier. We trade 2 for 1, which isn't great, but just going for that play, not letting the other team just comfortably take it, didn't work, but it was a good play nevertheless. And through this whole time, we still have point. Oh, they were delaying for their player. So now we have a slight player advantage. It should be even Ubers any second now. So we're going to see our teams playing through point. We instantly get the cap with that soldier advantage. And now Soapy's in. I want to see if there's follow-up. There's not. So now what you're going to have to do when you're one soldier up is just be aware of both houses. So right now I'm going to be playing really passive. I'm going to be standing on plat still because it's the more immediate danger to my combo. But just be aware of seeing the soldier through that right window there to see if they push through. So just chilling. Basically, the whole point of this map is going to be entirely around the point. Obviously, it's Koth, but this map especially, just because the cap is the center of all the action, it's going to be playing around the cap. So there's the soldier. I come over to help. He doesn't commit through. I jump back off of that, and just in time to kind of stall that out. But yeah, just the internal clock in your head of where the danger is kind of the main thing here. But with that, they sack 1. We keep the point. We keep the Uber. That's more time for us. So I see him there, and I'm going to constantly be kind of rotating. And a big thing about playing here is at least getting a call where that soldier is. Like, if you can ask your scout or someone to call when the roamers on this hut. That allows you to peek and spam freely. Okay, so they're going to pop in. I want to see if I can catch anyone. They don't end up committing. That's that land 5 ping. Nice 2 rocket. Yeah, soldier down, scout down. I get a free flank. Unfortunate. But good timing, good play. Just didn't hit the rockets. So something went wrong on other parts of the map for us to lose that fight somehow with 2-player ad. But we have a lot of time, which means time basically means you have the ability to just send sacks. And they did change the map a bit recently where the left side's easier to break, but trying to get through. Main thing is you just at least want to get 1 kill. Obviously you want more than that. But with the forward hold, once 1 player goes down, it gets a bit easier. So soldier down means that getting through these chokes should be a little bit easier with less spam. So trying to clear those stickies on right. It looks like we're going to try and go through the left side. So we draw the fire right, get through the left. I'm going to get on demo. Not a great play. We should have just gotten through for free, but I thought I saw an opportunity, went for it. And sometimes if you don't ever make a play, it's not great, but you don't want to go for too many. But with that, we have been forward held out of a minute of time, which obviously not good. So most likely you're going to see us try it again or take an Uber trade because we just want to get out of this situation. We want to even fight, be able to brawl with them. So yeah, just want to play second fiddle, play behind the Uber, not take any damage. But Soapy gets picked in behind of it. We're trying to see, I'm with bot mode. We get 1 kill, like we get Habib, so I don't want to die right away. We're going to just slowly take this ground. If this fight goes kind of long, we should just win it off the fact that we have a demo and they don't. Once again, monitoring that left house, getting a call in when they're committing and all that. And just playing on my medic. Nope. Got some help there. Yeah, we get point, we lose bot mode for it. I think right now the Ubers are still even. But once again, playing in the left house, making sure no one can get through. And while I'm distracting and hitting him, I can turn around to point and just constantly rotate. So in my head, I'm like, he could be pushing. I see the rockets, which means I get a free angle to just walk up. And I end up getting the kill on Habib. So this map is even maybe around the same as how Viaduct works, where you're playing the other soldier and seeing what they do. We lose our medic, which isn't great. But we keep getting kills, which is going to allow for us to get some spawners. It looks like it's going to turn into a double OT situation, especially with Logan dead. So no Ubers should come up. To my knowledge, I don't actually know if I would have lived. But no Ubers should come up, so this is a complete dry fight. We want to get Logan up, and then it's going to be about finding a pick and getting some damage right away. Doing a bomb like that's really nice, because I get 100, I get out, and it just makes it a lot easier for the rest of my team. So I see a soldier comes through on left. You just need to make sure to call that. When you're not covering left, call it. Because with that, Sax doesn't get much value from it, and we do end up winning off of that. I forgot. This is going to happen a lot. Let me see if I can... Let me see if this still works. No, it doesn't. Unfortunate. Yeah, as you're going to see on Bagel, it is a lot of just holding the houses, pushing through with an opportunity, and at least on Pocket, it's a lot of making sure your combo doesn't die. You don't want to be dead all the time because it's just going to make it really hard for your demo. And you kind of want to be the additional spam on point to help your demo out in this battle. So once again, just calling it out. I see stickies come on the right side. Just in idle time trying to get some value. Get the call on 2 people coming right. They still come through. And now with all that aggression, I'm going to see an opportunity to go in behind. I'm just washed up, but you know, call it, get the follow-up. All good. So yeah, all that aggression, low guy gets picked, but during it, I get a free flank off of it. I don't know what this is. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk at him. So once again, soldier in right house. I want to make sure he can't push through, get some damage, get the kill. Yeah, just that angle is really good for both teams to be able to spot the houses. Get some damage on the scout, not in a good spot, get out of it. And just constantly keeping my health up while pressuring people out. Trying to get a low jump through left so they don't see, and they spot me. Bad timing. End up dying. So main thing here is just call. You are not in left house. And you're going to see bot mode's going to rotate over. And it's not the greatest, but it's going to help a little bit. Okay, so Caps gets killed, and then Lol Guy doesn't quite get out, which is unfortunate. But we're gonna get two trades. Means we should probably just try and shove through that bottom right door. Even if there are soldiers, like, no demo. Just get in. But it looks like our scout's already in for free. But we should be able to hopefully take this point while Habib is still rolling out. He just got here, but we already have all the ground on the point. There goes Yite. I don't want to die. See Banny. So once again, Sax is on top of that. I know where he is. And I can just kind of chill out. Play my hand. We get the soldier, which means I think Yite and Sax are both down. This left house is free. We're just wiping them. So mainly just trying to play around my med. And Banny ends up getting on him. But there should be Uber ad for them. We're going to have to play around the cap. Some damage coming out. Looking for Sax. There he is. Hit him with a rocket. I can go back to shooting the point. I'm just trying to help out. But you just constantly want to be kind of moving around and knowing what's happening. Logan's dead, so either we're just going to stall for point or probably just end up sacking. I don't have any health. It looks like it's just getting really scrappy, so you're going to try and commit. Doesn't end up working. So once again, in a forward hold, we're just not going to want to deal with it. We're going to take caps in, bait a sold or bait a trade. We go in. It's a solo Uber, not great. Probably could have came in on that. But here goes Soapy. I'm going to go in off the distraction, kind of draw eyes. Get on the demo in main. I don't know how he ended up there. But yeah, just we don't have Uber at anymore. Let's make it a little scrappy and chaotic. And we end up trading out pretty good. Yeah, I don't want to stand directly where Soapy is, just so we don't take the same damage. And just kind of playing as help. Yeah, calling all that damage. I don't think I got a single kill, but I assisted in like 4 of them. So, doesn't matter. As long as you got good comms, works out. So once again, kind of playing on the point. As long as you don't stand on top of it for too long, the demo can't punish you. And that's the main thing. I'm just trying to get damage on the demo, on a scout, and let everyone else kind of have a better time. Yeah, so once again, being really aware of Sax. When I was playing against him in the online and regular season in scrims, he got really aggressive then, and I think one thing is that, well, he has 5 ping online, I have 70, so I lost a lot of those matchups when I should have probably won them or tied it, where now I am a lot more comfortable playing in the house, and it's not working as well for them, so you're just not going to see the pushes often. Yeah, now we're losing this fight. I just want to make sure my med gets out, play the win condition. We have time. We have time, Ad. Just get my med out. Get us an opportunity. There's no reason for me to really go in there. Once again, being aware of that left push through, clearing this house, spawning the soldier. He's out. Uber's coming out. I don't want to be a victim of a trade. See, that scout sees me. I'm too far away. But bot mode ends up pushing through the left house. I didn't think he would. I don't think it was a great play, to be honest. But coming in, trying to get any trade kills to help our escape. But it's not the best. We trade a lot of players. They're going to have really late spawners, which is the best we could have gotten. But we're going to need a really desperate point touch. And we hopefully can get enough kills to kind of spiral this fight out. So just don't want my med to die. There's only so much I can do on soldier, but just playing. They're all in front of us. I think they have Uber ad, which is going to be sketchy, which means we're going to need to make a play. Logan's still dead. Bot mode's still dead. We need a play to happen to probably win this fight. Me and Soapy are both trying to make something happen. Uber's already out. They just have a better win condition. And that's the scenario you want to be. If you're tied up there, you just want to have Uber at the end, which they played that well. And we couldn't end up getting a play. Yeah, what you're going to notice a lot with this is, well, a lot of attack pauses, but Froyo and G6, they have played so much where they kind of know what they want to do. Where you're going to see a lot of like a little metagame things. But once again, right now, nothing's really going wrong on my side, so I'm not going to change much. There's nothing drastic that we really need to adjust. But just kind of being aware of what's happening, taking a pause, taking a deep breath. Once again, kind of chilling out. I'm just being aware that there could be an instant push. Right away, Sax was on that thing, on the roof, so I know I have some time. Now he's in danger of shooting me. I see a rocket coming from there again. I got more comfortability. The point is now open where we want something, so I want to get a deep spot, see where he is. Once again, he jumps away. I see an opportunity. I push in. I get damage on the med, damage on the scout. And just unfortunate, but there's follow-up every time, which once you get to the higher level, your teammates will follow up a lot, which makes things easier. Yeah, constantly monitoring. I'm basically like, I don't want people to push through my house, but I will push through when I see an opportunity. It's not super aggressive, but that's unfortunate. But just making sure my team's comfortable and helping my demo and scout on point. But, once again, I'm dead. Call it. We can still fight this point and kind of win the fight. But yeah, soldier, scout, plow through that left side. Catch caps off guard. And we're just going to trade a lot of kills out and actually benefit from it. So they have no soldiers, means house is free, so I am just going to be able to walk up, do some damage, and then I gotta watch for that left house push. And that's gonna pull some players back, just me pushing that, peeking that. But at that point, if I didn't commit right away, it would have just been a feed, so I just backed up. Once again, we have cap, just want to constantly be stalling, spamming those players, making them have to keep getting more and more time. Trade's coming out. I just want to stay out of it. Now Uber's up. Gonna walk up. Great rocket on the floor. Gonna clean that up. And once again, stalls it out. And I'm gonna have an opportunity to peek and push this left house. And I get free spam on point as the other thing. So they can't even really push up. Great rocket there. Stalling that scout. And just being aware of these pushes up. And teams are gonna play a lot differently. So some teams may constantly shove this left. Like what Yite's doing right now, some teams might do that constantly, where you just need to be aware. It's not one size fits all. Everyone can kind of change up what they're doing. But just knowing the options of being aware of what can happen and when, and making sure to call it out is the main thing. So I make sure to call when I'm getting the pack. All that. Once again, looking through that left house. Sax is there, and as long as he's there, I can spam completely free. Very rarely you'll see a scout push through, but you can spot all the players. Soldiers jumping in. I just want to be aware that he's not landing on plat. Uber's out. There's a lot of damage on right. I'm going to see. Get some damage onto Habib. Get the pick. And trying to kind of send... I only have 30 health, so I only can do so much, but... At least trying to get a chip rocket, if anything. Yeah, like when they're doing aggression like that, there's some value of turning around, but being able to push through and just put more pressure back on the other team is also a great option. Once again, I really like this jump spot just because I get so much... Well, I get height, I have health, and just a great hold. I know the main option they want to do is kind of... This team really loves shoving through the houses, so just getting that stuffs 3 players, win the fight for free. Soldier gets on our med late, unfortunately. But we have 2 minutes. They need a touch point. Win condition here is we get a force and we keep our med alive for the next fight. So we get the force. I don't know why this looks so bad. We get a lot of damage. And we trade out a lot. And they end up capping it, which is misplay on their part. So our spawns are going to be a lot better than theirs. As long as we don't let this fight go super long, they won't get Uber and we'll have an advantage. But the win condition for Froyo is that they stall the fight, they get Uber, they Uber in, kill our med, reset. That's not a good start to it. So we're getting dominated on the point. Want to see if there's an opportunity. Get some damage on the scout. End up trading for Habib. But it looks like it's still going in Froyo's favor unless someone kind of gets something going. But with these spawners coming in, they should be getting up on Uber soon. So we just need to be aware, maybe turn it into a sack. But yeah, they should have Uber now. They have ad. Here it comes. I want to kind of be there just in case they're on my med. We're just going to kind of reposition. We get a kill on the soldier. See some aggression, trying to help out. And the main thing there is if I can juggle Habib in the air, then my scout can clean it up. I'm not trying to really get the kill there, but just alleviate some pressure. I see a scout going in. I'm going to jump in, see if I can get him a kill. But yeah, a lot of attacks. And that's like a big banny thing, and we kind of did the same thing where a lot of talking, seeing what's happening. And having a team with enough players that are like vocal and know what they want, you can get a lot of value from this. And especially on land, it's a lot about just keeping composure. and not thinking too hard about the little things. Alright. So we're back. We're up 2-1. They shoved right early, got Soapy down, and we're just going to play this really passive. There's no need to give it up entirely. Just be aware. The vulnerable part of the map is the right, and we have a spot on it. They can't really do much off it. Their point spam is just going to be better. So there goes the soldier. I see him. My scout's already fighting. And I want to get the trade, commit, and get a 2-for-1. Completely trade that fight out. And it's going to allow Soapy to push through that house and just really heads up. Once again, calling that I'm not on left, so we're not super shocked by that soldier. And when you have a medic, that's good. Well, very good. Getting that information should be enough to at least survive and get some help. Once again, even Ubers. See on the plat. I'm not a right soldier, but just getting that extra spam angle and kind of stuffing it is going to be helpful. I can maybe get a force there if needed, but just kind of filling the gaps. Like, I'm not getting much value by just standing all the way back and shooting them. Uber's fading. I want to play in point. So yeah, that scout, I came up really late where that Ubered scout's not a problem, but you're going to see that if it's early in an Uber, the scout is going to want to kill a soldier. So their soldiers are really aggro. I don't really want to push behind. I'm not healthy. Their scouts are waiting for it. They've already seen it coming and they've dealt with it. But kind of with the counter bomb, not great. Rockets first. But clean up one scout kill, which is good. Soldiers in, try and hopefully call it. I wasn't there soon enough where we're going to lose our med, but we're going to get 2 soldiers for it. I'm going to get a lot of damage where hopefully someone can follow up, but it's not quite enough. And they're just going to get out entirely. So, once again, situations you're always going to see is Uber disad and Uber add and how you kind of deal with it. So we have add or we have disad, but we have the point. Once again, whole thing is we want to be able to hold point while not getting Ubered on, or at least our medic getting Ubered on. And Habib's just a player that likes to like do counter stratty things like that, where he's going to do weird things that normally wouldn't work, but just in the flow of the game, it's like this player likes doing that. So know who you're playing against. I see a timing. This death really wouldn't do much, and it's a weird transition. Hopefully getting the med, but demo is very good there. I think the main thing against playing like someone like Habib is just if you can keep Habib in check, you can win the game. But if Habib's just able to live and do whatever he wants, you're never going to win. So we get a scout. Beam's leaving left. It means that most likely there could be a re-push through left, so I don't want to get really far up. There's no real reason to take it. Now they're back on point. Get some damage and just free spam. And one thing is knowing who you're playing against. Sax, so far I've noticed, and when I played against him earlier, I knew that he loves to spam on this house, which means I get free reign of just destroying people on point. And I think my spam is just more valuable than his there. Once again, soldiers weak, out of commission. We push through, and just a great call during the fight. So now their flank's completely destroyed. They can't leave, and just a great collapse from the rest of the team. So yeah, only people up are soldiers, so right away, top of my head, I know Bandy's been going for the med picks like crazy, so I just got to be looking out for that, calling it, making sure everyone's on top of it. Losing a scout here is not the biggest deal. We can still forward, and getting that kill there is going to be really nice. My job right now is to get a deep spot. I want to see if there's an opportunity. They're not looking, and I get a flank, killing the med, killing the scout, and just go. And just abusing the fact that when they're pushing somewhere and they're down players, like Sax is dead, only person I could be on the flank is the scout. I don't see him, and go for it. I think the main thing in what pockets really struggle on maps like Product and Bagel is just being too stationary, where I think playing Roamer does help out that kind of... Or having played Roamer helps that out a little bit. So once again, trying to get a spot on left, and at least how we were holding is I just got a deep spot. We have a soldier on both sides, and can rotate wherever we need to. But I think they have ads, so we're just going to chill out, kind of give up the forward. Our forwards really haven't been getting much value anyways. Our strength's been in the neutral. So once again, getting that spot for Soapy. I see Sax on the house, so we're going to shove right through because he's not on it. Going to end up getting some damage. And here comes bot mode to help out. Going to end up getting the kill. And I don't know what happened on point, but we lost the fight there. I'm going to be behind. I'm just kind of playing my life. Soapy comes up big, gets 2 kills. There were dreams in that rocket. But we have point the whole time, which means those kills really aren't going to mean much just because their spawners are better. But we're still trying to take plat. They end up shoving through. Good timing by them. But Soapy just trying to stall. He's going to pull 2 players back, which is just always a great situation. We're going to get Habib off of it, but end up losing the fight in the front. So now Soapy's not in a nice spot. He's got to jump into 5 players and try and get a med. But once again, we have time advantage. If we need to, we can sack, try and get a force. But we're getting kind of put in the blender of just constantly having Uber disad and dealing with that. So once again, trying to get some damage on point. I take really minimal damage for how little I stand in place. Get a rocket on the scout. We get a force. I know if I back up, I'm going to die. So try and push through. Doesn't matter. But we get a force. We're going to reset. They're going to be forward holding, so we have to somehow break it and touch point. But at least they don't have Uber, and if this fight extends out, we're going to end up having Uber ad. We get the soldier, and as long as I bomb out, touch it, I don't think I really needed to. I think it was just laying, kind of doing too much happening. And we stall the fight long enough to get our Uber, which was the win condition. And now it's just going to be on the rest of the team just playing on beam. And we have 2 scouts on beam that are full HP. Should win the fight almost every time. But now I think no one has any tax, so we're just going to see the actual game roll out. Yeah, once again, main success you've seen so far is Banny and froyo kind of getting aggressive. We really shut down the aggression through the houses. So just in this situation, you're going to see probably some set plays of trying to break something. But once again, kind of playing through, seeing if there's players there to kind of punish. Nothing's really happening on my side, so I'm going to kind of find action and things to do. Just constantly. So now Soldier's on that hut. He could be getting a pack, pushing through. I'm just chilling. I don't want to get caught. And now the point's open. They're getting a lot of time. He could get some damage onto Habib, and it's going to allow for the rest of my team to come. But yeah, when I'm not in a good spot and get out of the house, that scout doesn't get a kill, and he actually ends up getting picked. So yeah, I'm free on this left house. Sax is not pushing it at all, which gives me so much free reign to just spam. Once again, just playing on this. Soldier's still on this left house, and I'm just able to stand here and shoot point. Trade the damage, good for me. He can't push through. Bot mode's going to try and go for something off that, which just being able to call that, maybe it's not the best play that he goes for it, but it allows for action. Why is the game running so bad? Alright. So once again, well, we have a sniper now. Trying to break the forward. Our forward, we haven't been able to break it too easily. I think we just swung out plat and wasn't watching our med, so Banny gets on him. It's the kill. There's a lot of aggression. Try and get in and commit off the comm. We end up getting a med pick. Don't know how bot mode got there. But we really slight ad. Main thing is they don't have any heals, so we should be able to just trade damage and win this fight. They're going to have to stall for their med, so we should be able to get the point pretty free. Scout pushing right. Make sure to call it. I'm ready to jump it if need be. Now that we're kind of set up, I'm going to push through left, trying to get some point time for us the team. See this, looking for soldier. Like, if I don't see him there, I'm going to assume he's getting the pack. See the rockets, which means I can spam again. Don't see any rockets. Now in the head. He could be pushing left. There he is. Kind of playing on the high ground and end up getting the kill. And just changing up where I am. Like before I stood on the planks in front of the stairs, then I stood on the left. And he's been getting like 0 luck on this map at all. Yeah, right away, main thing to be aware of is a left shove. Like they can take this Uber and walk through left. So I'm kind of being aware of it. I want to be on top of it. Spot it. I don't see anything. Gonna back up. Main thing is I just don't want them to be able to get all the way to plat for free. I don't know what that was. We're taking a trade. Once again, that scout comes left house to try and get a kill. I'm not there. So it doesn't really get anything. All good for us. We still have the clock. Once again, we're seeing them kind of get aggro on the right with Banny and a scout. I'm going to push through point. We get damage on Habib. There he goes. I'm in this really deep corner where they really... No one can really shoot me, especially with a demo down, besides the soldier flanking me, which I know where he is. So now I'm just able to stand here, They can't punish me. If a scout swings, I'm going to do damage. My scout's going to clean it up. And it's just like one of those spots that I played enough where I really liked it. And it puts me in a really dangerous spot for them to shoot me. Or if they don't, I get a lot of value. But I think Sax died, so I have some time to peek. I see him. I hear him. Jump through. Get the scout. Nice air shot. And just reset. We have point. That's like a minute and a half straight of our time. Soldier's still sitting there. That means I can sit here and just chill out. Another thing is just knowing your strengths. I know I don't have the craziest spam. Like when I'm peaking point, I'm not hitting as many rockets as some other soldiers might. So my strength is bombing and being a lot more aggro, so I kind of put that into my playstyle. If you're able to stand here and just get 400 DPM and a lot of damage while holding left, do that if it works for you. But yeah, I know they could be coming. A backup. Don't give it up. If they push through to point, that's not good for them. Logan is just going to destroy them. But just not being a pick, not giving them a free opportunity, they need to earn it, and just chilling out. Getting a... I think there was some damage on a beam. I don't know. I was going for a play. Ended up working out. And they end up popping the Uber. They're going to get Logan. Little guy's calling for some help. This is interesting. We have big time med. Our med goes down. We trade for their med, and we should end up winning this fight. Okay, overall, good game. I'm gonna probably pull up the logs. Or I'll put a screenshot. I'll actually edit it. I was thinking of not doing that. But overall, really good game. After not playing Pocket, I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of this house now. But probably throughout the week or so while I have my summer break still, maybe go over some more, or maybe I'll look at some old demos or of other players. If you have any suggestions, leave in the comments. No guarantee, but thanks for watching. Might see me more.